So the work I did at United actually carried me to Elevance Health.
Yeah.
And if there is one lesson I can share is that wherever you are, do your best at that point. Do your best. Like, find out what it is to find out. Find out what it is to learn. Like, just don't move through the motions, you know? And then, you know, it will be helpful to you later. So in the beginning, I had said that, you know, I was in my mom's shop, in my parents' shop.
Oh, I remember.
The principal saw me. Then
Wow.
she invited me to her school. Then I was at the school. Then the board of chair saw me, right? Recommended me for a scholarship. Then I was at Spelman.
Wow.
I did the best I could there.
Yeah.
When they finally were selecting people they want to give presidential scholarships, I was chosen.
You are chosen
I was
to get it.
recommended.
Wow.
and brought to University of Georgia. When I was there, I did my best. I earned the dissertation award.
Yeah.
You know, then from there, I was at United Health. It was a challenging time, lots of learning, but I did my best. I was determined that I was going to do well. I was going to do well. I did not care what it took, but I'm going to work on myself. So nobody will come to me asking me something and I have no clue, right? And then so that prepared me for my next level, right?
Wow.
So for my Elevance Health. And even here, you know, even at Elevance Health currently, like, the work is challenging. You know, there's just a lot of, you know, challenging situations, but I always do my best.
Yes.
Because the thing is, when you do your best, you are the only one who knows that you did your best. You know, sometimes I may not do my very best, but to you, you're like, oh, that's very good. But deep down, you know, that's not your best, right? Yeah. So for me, my goal and my intention is to always do my best. Everything that I do, I want to give my very best, to the best of my ability. And,
wow.
And so that is that.
Excellence. And you are going places.
Yeah.
For sure, because you seem to have all what it takes. You always define what you want and what you don't want.
Yeah.
Very clearly.
Even
if it's rejecting a job offer.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you not everything is for you.
Not everything is for you.
Yeah, not everything is for you. Not everything. So you are the one who needs to define that. Okay. So not everything is for you. You shouldn't just accept everything. You should ask, how is this moving me to my next level, my next step? So, yeah.
Amazing. And indeed, you are amazing. And definitely there are many people will be watching this, and particularly young girls, not only in Africa, but also in the US. What message can you give not only to, you know, aspiring girls, but everybody young in career, you know, in education, and all matters to do with, you know, that can mirror, you know, your life journey? What advice can you give?
So what I would say, surround yourself with people who support you.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people who support you. And for me as a young woman, like right now, you know, the person who is most supportive to me is my husband.
Yes.
You know, he's very supportive. He understands that I'm brilliant, and I think that he has created an environment at home where I can thrive. Jeremy Dixon.
Jeremy Dixon.
Yeah. So the environment at home, I can thrive, I can think, I can, you know, so and one thing I have learned from that, everybody, if you're loved from home, you are fearless in the world.
If you're loved from home,
if you're loved at home, you are fearless in the world. And this is true for children. If the children are supported at home, they go out to the world. Somebody bullies them, they will not let people bully them.
No.
They will stand up for themselves. You know, true for women. I am loved at home. I am supported at home. And because of that, I find myself, I'm so fearless, you know, and I travel. I'm so fearless.
I've seen you speak in a conference, at least at the CASA conference.
No, I will tell you exactly what I think.
Yeah.
You ask me, I will tell you exactly what I think. So you make an informed decision, right? Like I wouldn't withhold any information. So I'm very direct. I'm very straightforward. But I think I'm also very open and straightforward, and also, as I mentioned earlier, very compassionate, because I always want to meet people
at their point of need.
Yeah, no, where they are, because sometimes
where they are.
Yeah, because sometimes you really don't agree.
Yeah, okay.
You really sometimes you don't agree with like and this is even true at work, friendships, families. Sometimes you don't agree. Sometimes you want it this way, and sometimes you have to let people have their way, right?
Or sometimes let them have their way.
Yeah, so because the thing is, they don't see your point of view, right? But for me, the comfort is always that I share with you my thoughts without
any reservation.
Without any reservation, so you make an informed decision, right? Wow. So I think and I think that is quite fair. So to wrap up, any advice that I will tell: surround yourself with people who love you, people who celebrate you, people who lift you up. Like pay attention to where do you feel free, where do you feel like your brain is at optimum.
Yeah.
Create those spaces for yourself. If you find yourself in places where you feel restricted, you can't be yourself, you can't fully express your thoughts, I think you need to reevaluate that, because it's going to hinder what you can achieve.
Your growth.
Yeah, and what you can achieve as a person. So if there's anything I can say is surround yourself with people who are supportive, people who will uplift you, people who will encourage you. And sometimes it doesn't have to be, you can also watch, learn. Like right now, this video right here, you may not know me in person, but my hope is that whatever we filmed here uplifts even just one person.
It will uplift for sure.
That will be a successful for me.
It will be a success for you, and I'm sure we will succeed together, because you really want to carry other people together. If you are watching and you want to reach out to Dr. Ruth Wangia Dixon, you are on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook. You can message me. Message is best.